discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, this video is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering you a free audiobook with a 30-day free trial membership. All you need to do is go to audibletrial.com/bgunlocked. The link is in the description below, and now enjoy the video. Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for the Councils of Mad King Ludwig. This game is actually relatively old. Like, it came out, actually has dirt on it, because I have it, because it's been on my shelf to play forever. This came out 2015. Okay, so I guess not old, but it feels old.
Ancient.
You're like, why even bother?
In board game years.
I mean, pretty much, yeah, with just how pumped out newer games. It's just like, if it's like a year old, it's like, geez. God. But I've always been interested in games like this. They do a lot of these kind of city building. One of their most popular ones is Suburbia, which is a city building game. But yeah, so I always heard that this one was pretty good, and I kind of liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good kind of like, not really bidding, like you're not auctioning or anything, but like I always like the idea of like the price placement, because you try and read your opponents and be like, oh man, what do they want? What are they gonna willingly buy? And something that like I was thinking, but I never really, no, I don't think anyone ever did it, but no one ever placed stuff. Or did you guys ever place rooms based off of how much money you had?
No.
Because like I was sitting there and I was like, oh wait, I really want this room, but I can't set it to 10,000 because I don't have 10,000, so I can't buy it.
That problem.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of an issue. I could usually leave anything that I wanted because everyone else is going for something completely different.
That is true.
Mine at the bottom.
Yep.
You saw how many times I did that. That one's free. That completed it. Buy that one. That's free.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So before we talk about things we liked about it, was there anything that you guys didn't like about the game?
The one thing that we got really caught up on at one point was if the hallways count as completion objectives.
As a room.
Yes.
Yeah, because by the technicality, it's like that's not a room. No one calls a hallway a room.
Correct. But
to Devin's point, it makes sense that you wouldn't ever be able to complete a room by placing hallways.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was thinking, well, that's the sacrifice you make from having the option of being able to build wherever. Because if you place one hallway, then it's like, boom, now I can build off of that. But yeah, so they don't really clarify that in the rules. So the rules, I mean, they're not terrible.
Right. I mean, it was just unique in that instance. Because this one just had both of its entrances were on the same side.
Right.
I mean, there's like almost none of the others would have done that.
Right. But I mean, so there's always a problem with rule books whenever they try to be really short, and it's like, oh, thank God, a small rule book, but then there's no clarification.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, this rule book's actually not the worst, but there are times where it's like, so how is this placement going to work? And there's nowhere in there that it clarifies.
Yeah. Like, we've got a game over there that, like, the rule book is literally, like, you open it, and that's the rule book.
It's like a pamphlet.
But then, like, as soon as a question comes up, it's like, I don't know, it's not in the rule book because there's, like, 5 words in here total.
And that's probably, I mean, that's a huge frustration when it comes to board games in general. It's like, look, it's not a video game where it's going to teach me how to do everything. Like, I have to figure it out, and if my only way of figuring it out doesn't do it, then, because, I mean, I don't like going to forums or to figure out how to play your game. I want to be able to look it up in the rules. I mean, we have that problem with KDM all the time. Right. It's just like, oh, well, in the forums it actually clarifies. I'm like,
well, yeah.
In the FAQ he clarified. It's like, this should be in the rules. Anyway, that's really my only negative, is just, it's not like super clarified, but you're right, it was only in that one instance. Do you have any problems? Any negatives about the game?
No, I thought it's a good time. You know, it definitely reminded me of Viola Sky. I mean, yeah, the price placement. It felt like it had plenty of instances to make points.
Yeah.
You know, either in how you build and, aiming for end game, because end game did pay off quite a bit. Unfortunately, just not enough.
Not enough. No, what a shame.
Right. I felt like that depleted stack one was a little really burrowed in there.
That's a really weird one.
Yeah, that's like, okay, there's no way you can really plan for that one.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, because, and I mean, that could be a positive or a negative, not the depleted stack, but kind of, you really don't, you can't ever really plan for a strategy in this game because of the way that the rooms are coming out. Like, the room deck is 100% random. Like, there are in a 3-player game 33 cards, and you shuffle this and you pick 33. So in the order that they're coming out and what kind are coming out are completely random. So like with my bonus cards where I was like, oh, I need stairs and rooms, or in downstairs rooms, none of them were coming out. So I was like, well, this isn't happening. So then I was like, oh, activity is all points. So, but I feel like, I mean, that's kind of at the beginning of the game. Like these bonus cards, because Kat seemed to have it right, where it's like, oh yeah, I'll get a utility room done. Boom, I'm gonna get more bonus cards, because that just opens up your options for endgame scoring.
Because it's like, these really help dictate how you want to start your build early. It's like, I was like, oh, sleep rooms. I'm gonna go all sleep.
Sure.
Honestly, like the easiest thing, and wow, shocker, I didn't plan for that to happen, but the easiest thing is I really relaxed once I was like, I have 4 of these, I don't even need to look at them, because chances are I'm going to do one of them.
You're going to complete some of them?
At some point, yeah.
And I like how they are kind of a variety of points. Like if you had any 400 rooms, you'd be getting 3.
For each of them.
But yeah, so that's going to be kind of to each their own. I actually kind of like the randomness of the buildings coming out, because like you said, there's almost always some way to get points and always some way to actually kind of make it work. Like for me, I went all activities because I realized they didn't negatively affect one another.
Right.
And you guys kept making them relatively cheap, and I'm like, sure, yeah, I mean, I'll keep buying them. And whenever I was getting negative points, I was like, well, like it kind of offsets. Oh, and I completed another activity room, so that's another 5 points. Like that was really all I was going for. But the extra foods, like the food's taking extra turns. Oh, yeah, I'll buy another one. Oh, yeah, I'll complete that one, too. Oh, I'll buy another one if you have the money to do it. I really like the room completion, like, awards things. I think that's a pretty neat aspect, and how they're all radically different.
Yeah, it did definitely help me. Yeah.
I mean, because if you went... It almost seems like that you want to go centralized, though, that you want to focus. Because, like, living rooms, for example, if you completed a bunch of those, you're going to keep scoring those as if you had just placed it.
Right.
Outdoors, though, are going to get you your money, which are huge. I don't know. Like, this game is also incredibly simple.
Right.
Which was nice. It wasn't like, oh, God, okay, so if I place this here, it's going to do this, which is then going to cause this
Triggers,
to happen.
like, 8 things.
And, wait, no, okay, so I messed up. Wait, I need to, like, it's just like, pay for a piece, move it into your castle, and you get these whimsical, funny, like laid out castles where it's like you kind of have your story over like who lives there.
Right.
I still don't really have a theme for cats, except it was all just weird outdoors.
This is like the actual, I feel like, theme of the lady who like believed that the ghosts of her like fucking like daughter and husband were telling her to just build things. Like, there was probably just a ghost in Mad King Ludwig's ear going like, ah, yes, a garden, a bathroom, a hallway.
Yes, you just have a hallway, like your foyer in a hallway, and it all just leads to outdoors.
Or, like, to nothing. Like, the only thing that really made sense is my downstairs.
Sure.
Very spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah. I mean...
But other than that, yeah, there was no rhyme or reason. I was just putting shit to just put it there.
Right. And
which, I mean, like, that's a big bonus in my eyes. Like, I love being able to, like, to think, like, in a very Sims-esque way where it's like, I want to actually build this, I want it to make sense, I want things to attach the way they normally would, or you can just kind of go insane about it and just put stuff wherever because you can.
Right. Right, and I always like games where after the game is over, you kind of have something that you've built. So, I mean, I've always been intrigued by Suburbia, but at the same time, this game is not winning any beauty awards. Like, it doesn't look pretty in any way, because it's all that top, like that bird's eye view top-down look, where it's like, if I were to see this on the table, I'd be like, what the fuck is that? That looks like shit. But like, there are some details, and you can kind of look and be like, oh look, there's my telescope in my observatory.
I got nights.
Yeah, like you can kind of see it, and that's what Suburbia is like with a city. But that's always kind of been something that pulled me away from it. Yeah. I'm sure I'd probably like the game if it's because I always like the adjacency, like it's like because it feels like a puzzle. It's like okay, I'm gonna put that there, and then and then I'm gonna get some extra points for this, and I'm gonna make a theme around my own thing, and that's just always fun. So I appreciate that it was also based around real history.
That's really cool. Yeah,
I thought
like
that was pretty interesting.
we googled some of the rooms because we were like, "What the fuck is a whatever room?" And we're like, "Oh, this is the actual writing room." Like, very cool.
Yeah. One thing that I also appreciate is the point spread. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
What?
80-4.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was relatively close.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Devin, I mean, you have anything?
Yeah. I mean, you pretty well touched on
Yeah.
most of it. Yeah. It was very balanced, very fun, very enjoyable. I had a good time. Would recommend.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat. I mean, yeah, like, there's really not a whole lot to talk about. Do you feel, actually, here's a question, because I remember you mentioned it during the run-through, like, because I was just building, like, activity rooms, and that kept generating me, because I gained at least 5, 10, 15, 20. I got 20 points just off my 4 rooms alone. Do you feel like that there's one particular strategy that's gonna, like, be unbalanced?
Well, no, not really. Like you said, it comes out randomly.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happened. A bunch of activities rooms came out.
We didn't want them, and you just got them because we didn't want them.
The way I was building, they didn't really suit. And at the time, when they were coming out, I saw... Because, like, I always had, this. So my sleep rooms were worth a lot more than what we were seeing.
That's true.
So I was calculating that. I was like... Because, like, the first one, I was like, ooh, there was the... What was it?
The forum?
Forum, yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, forum's worth 6 points plus potential negatives. And then I was like, oh, here's this little nap room, which is worth 2. Worth 5 to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's a cheap $5 right there.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't even have to take any risks.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking, when those were coming out. But I mean, I wasn't thinking about, you steamrolling with them and just having more doesn't hurt you and just makes it better.
Right.
I think
So,
what
I mean,
helps-
I wouldn't say there's a strategy. It just depends on how it's rolling out.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I think what helps is like the fact that you can get these pretty frequently.
Yeah, if you kind of plan for them. But
Yeah, and these
utility-
are powerful if you get enough of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And, like, I like the fact that you get to draw 2 and pick one. It's not random. Because, like, there was another game we played, that Panda one, Takanoko, I think is what it's called, where it was just like, oh, I'm going to draw an objective. Well, I completed that. So it's like...
That was
like,
weird.
It was just... I never liked that, because I'm like, I didn't even plan for that. It was just by happenstance I happened to get the points for it. But it seems like that the washrooms and the food rooms are really quick to actually just be like, oh, I'm going to place that, boom, it's already completed.
Like only one doorway.
So, yeah, so I'm going to get extra rooms. Or the utilities, like your washroom and your cloak room.
My cloak room.
And your cloak room
Yeah.
were just, as you place them, they're already completed, so that's how you're going to generate.
Like that was my very first one was a cloak room, and that's like when I started getting
Yep.
just more cards. Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, because I don't think, like, if we didn't have these cards and you just kept going for the activities rooms, I don't see why you wouldn't try to keep going for activities rooms in the future. But with these, like, these are enough. You can get them so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You can potentially get so many that, like, it's easy enough to be like, I don't have to go for one strategy every
That's
single
true.
time.
That's true. And, I mean, and you mentioned it earlier that it's like, because I didn't think, I mean, clearly, like, I only won by 2 points. That, I mean, I didn't really do a lot, but I would have incurred a lot of risk, and at the same time, you guys could have easily been like, okay, fine, you really want it, it's gonna be 10,000.
Yeah.
And then
I did that to you at one point where I just bumped
I was
shit
like,
up.
but that's one of that's the whole central focus of the game is like, but then you want me to pay for it,
Yeah.
so it's like, well, he's not gonna buy it at 10,000. He doesn't want it, so okay, I'll make it cheaper. But then if it comes back to me, like let's say I pass, which we didn't do a whole lot of passing or hallway buying or things like that.
That
but
is
it's like,
true, yeah.
if I pass, well, that can actually be another way to hinder the master builder, where it's like, I'm not buying any of your prices, I'll just pass and gain my own money,
Right.
because the builder doesn't get anything for that. But when you're the builder, you go last, which is 2 things I like about it. One, that means that when you're ready to buy something, you have your money.
Right.
But I also like it because it gives you that thought process of like, okay, I really want that theater, like, or that activity room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it down to 2,000. Well, Devin could be like, I don't really need that, but I don't want you to have it.
Yeah.
And it's 2,000, so
So
I'm
why
just gonna
not?
pay for that. So you have that balance, but you always run that risk, and I like it. I mean, the game's not really cutthroat in any way, and yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and it was the winner of the Mensa. I don't know what that is, but
Well, it's where the select Mensas come together and they pick a game
Yeah.
to win.
Yeah.
Based on, they just pick a winner.
the one thing that I think is a little bit odd is the downstairs portion. Because the downstairs say they get points based off certain rooms, so you have to be lucky enough that either those rooms are gonna pop up, like for example, actually, yeah, because all the downstairs rooms are gonna be downstairs, so you pretty much kind of have to build them to where their walls are touching. So like to get 2 points for my secret lair, I'd have to like have your washroom like for some reason be able to build like
and with
to like connect like
touching,
that and somehow like touch that
Yeah.
based off of a wall.
My biggest complaint when you were like explaining the rules, hello, it was down here.
I don't care.
But my biggest thing was like you were explaining it during when you were just explaining the game.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so if I build a staircase, I have to wait to get an actual downstairs tile. These didn't come down until way later.
Exactly, by the end of the game.
And that that frustrates me personally because like
tell me about it, Kat.
Yeah,
tell me about it.
Like that could definitely happen, and like I only got 3. Like downstairs was fun building it because you can finish them off so easy because they're so small.
And that might be why, because
Maybe,
the downstairs completion award is pretty busted because they're so quick. Now you have to do it every even, so every second room, fourth, sixth room, and stuff like that. But you get to pick whatever you want. So it's like, oh man, I already have a lot of points, but I don't have any money, so I'll complete my second one and get 10,000, right. Or take an extra. So it's pretty neat. I don't know. This game has a lot of replayability, a lot of variety with the bonus, with the way the tiles are coming out. There's a huge stack of these, so I mean, there's some in here. Like for example, whoever has the most sleeper rooms, whoever has the most food rooms and things like that, and each of these are going to be 3 that are coming out.
You could even probably like spice up your own game by flipping those upside down and then revealing them all at the end, kind of like a.
You could. I would hate that because it's like, oh, sorry, lucky
same.
Me, I happen to have the most of all of them. It's like, but I couldn't plan for that. No, I hate endgame scoring where it's just luck. Because like, oh, sorry, Devin, I know you were planning the entire game, but look at that, I got all of them.
That's what you get for trying.
Guys and your ties.
Yeah.
So I know, right? The tiebreaker is a little weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. It really buffed you up a little when I was hoping I would get more of the bonus.
Yeah, like I'm not one to turn down points, but 5 was a lot for someone coming in at a tie. Like I expected it to be like very. Oh, did we do it wrong?
Well, it's okay. So that's just so if one or more players tied, the tiebreakers get the points for that place plus the next one divided by 2.
Oh,
so it's both of them added together divided by 2. So not 5, we'd be getting 3 points.
Well, that's a little more reasonable.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense because I was like, what?
So then,
game's already over, Kat. But yeah. So okay, so that makes a little bit more sense because I was like, what the fuck? That's such a weird tiebreaker placement. But yeah, you guys got anything else?
No, I'm ready to rate it.
Neat.
Unless.
No, okay.
You made some weird noise. Yeah. All right. Scale of 1 to 10. Devin.
Oh yes.
3.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. Hate it.
Don't ever invite me.
I led you on. I will give it an 8.
An 8?
It was pleasant. I enjoyed it. Very accessible. I think I could even. What's the age on this?
Yeah.
13 higher.
Yeah. I'd say probably even younger could probably play this one.
Right.
I mean, yeah. It was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Right.
Would play again.
Yeah, no, I agree, but to the degree that, like, I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Wow.
Because I would absolutely play this right now. Like, as soon as we finish this discussion, I would have fun playing it again.
Sure. And it's also not that long. It says 90 minutes.
Yeah, it felt like less than that. I don't know if it actually
definitely did, too. Because, like, you're always involved. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not sitting here waiting and be like, okay, so I just need so whenever it's my turn, you guys aren't affected in any way. Yeah. Like, everyone's always involved. Because once it's so simple, you just buy and then boom, it's there, gonna get points, done. Turn's over.
Like, because this is not a brain-burning puzzle game. This is just something, it's a matching game. Like, it's a fun little tile lane, like, match where you need to game. And I have fun with the fact that you can be ridiculous with it as well. So, for me, it rates very highly. Because even though I was quiet during the game, like, I had fun.
Well, your favorite part about Betrayal at House on the Hill
is building the house.
Lane,
yes,
so.
I love it. I love making crazy, like, you can't live there houses.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think it's weird because the rooms are all serious. There's no, like, behead room or something like the dick sucking room. It's like you have all these are real rooms where it's like, wait, so why does he have a forum next to a theater?
The mold room.
And the mold room.
Well, you know what?
This is all my mold. This is where I put all my mold for my house.
Don't breathe.
Don't touch it.
Oh, you died. Damn it! I forgot to tell him not to breathe before he entered.
This is the poison room.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Devin though. I'm gonna give it an 8. I don't know if there's any expansions for this. I feel like there's a lot of variety, but yeah, it's a fun puzzle game, not too brain burny. Like, I wouldn't really call it gateway-ish, but I mean, it's kind of up there. That it's like, hey, let's break this out real quick.
I would say if
definitely
it's not,
going to go in the collection.
Yeah, if it's not gateway, it's like the.
It's the next step.
Up.
It's like,
yeah.
oh, okay, because
it's like you've been playing some games with us. Let's play this.
Exactly, and there's no like the tiles. Like, there's no weird scoring. It's just like you're able to look at it because it's all icons.
Yeah.
You're able to look at it and be like, I understand exactly what that means.
That is a 1.
I mean, because like this coach house, for example, that's 3 points. But if you place it next to
the food,
then they're going to get a point for each food. But if you also build a food next to that, you're going to get the point from that because it's just so simple. So that's one of the things I like it. I would call this almost an elegant game. And it's. I mean, I understand why a lot of people look to it and actually enjoy it, and it's kind of hung around for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's our thoughts on Castle of Mad King Ludwig. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.